Right folks, so let's have a look at Unity then. So we are now in Unity, and you can see in my sprites folder I've got my dino enemy here, and if I have a look over on the inspector and up here, you can see what it's looking like. So we've got our dinosaur here with the transparency and the different elements, and at the minute on the sprite renderer we've got some options here. So if we have a look at this, we've got texture type. We want to make sure that it's sprite 2D, okay, not texture, we want sprite. Sprite mode, well, what this means is that we've got more than one thing in here, so we need to say it's multiple, okay, and that means that we can edit these separately. So if I hit the sprite editor button now and apply, you can have a look at what's going on here. So we've got our sprite, and what we need to do is slice it into different elements. Now if you click on this little drop down and hit slice, what you'll have here is these different slices. Now this is great. If there's any mistakes, you can resize these and change them. Or you can draw around them yourself by just dragging around and creating new, if it's missed any, you can create new slices. I'm going to get rid of that one by just hitting delete. Now the important thing, and if you had to play about with moving the pivot point in Photoshop, this will make sense, is that you can now move the pivot point to where you want them as well. So if I move this pivot point to the neck, this one to around where the legs will be, this one to the top of the leg, this one here as well, maybe I'll just move that one down a little bit, the arms. So you need to go through and just join them up, move the pivots to where you would need them, okay? Really important that you do that, or else your animations won't work. So I suggest you just go through, do that. And whilst you're moving the pivot points, the next thing to do is to label up these properly. So you can see on the sprite these names here. You need to label these in a way that you'll remember which of these body parts are. So if you pick this first one, the way I suggest you do it is to use the same sort of naming convention throughout your characters. So I'm going to call this center because it's in the center of the body, underscore, and then head. I'm going to call this one, this is the left arm, so I'm going to call this L underscore arm. This one I'm going to do R underscore arm, and remember, left and right it's for us looking at it, okay, not the actual dinosaur itself. So it's what we see on the screen. So left leg, right leg, and then this one we'll call it center underscore torso. Okay, so if you tidied that all up, you've moved your pivot points, you've got a nice clean dinosaur because there's no overlapping, you can do apply, and that will apply all of those and tidy it all up for you. Okay, great. So in the next video we'll start to put this together and have a look at animating it.